is when you've done your 10-hour studio shift, you come back home, you're like, what now? Like overeating, like becoming fat, and then giving the dopamine release like that, like overeating, or like being a sex addict and like fucking like rabbits. Of course, that's kind of, that's better than becoming a drug addict, but it's, that's kind of good. Right. But then everything's good in moderation, as my grandpa said. Everything is good in moderation. Nice. But for yourself, you should have like a positive routine. And for me, working out, it has so many benefits, and it was proven to be better or as good as fucking Prozac for depression. Although I'm not depressed, but I'm just saying, sometimes you get those like dark days where you're just not depressed, but you feel like super down and like anxious, and this fucking soup out of negative hormones and cortisol and adrenaline is just, it doesn't get the release out of your body, and you're having problems with like sleep and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So working out is a huge positive routine, which would probably, I don't know, if I wouldn't have the whole workout thing, first of all, I would look not as good as I do right now.
Yeah. Nice.
Just kidding. This whole, I do this little shtick on Instagram. I just say like, daddy is ready, or like, I have my testosterone fixed right now. I just do this, just for the fun of it, and just to piss people off, because sometimes like, hey, I followed you for production advice. I didn't follow you for your like, naked fitness pictures. I'm like, I'm just fucking with people a little, but it's also a little bit of self-love and just a little bit ego boost, which is okay in moderation as well. I'm not too big onto that, but you need at least a good healthy portion of an ego in our industry to not get trampled on. And,
that's true. That's true. So Edward, I'm actually running out of time, and my wife is calling me. So I think
I'm actually hitting the gym right now. I have people like calling me like, but one last thing. And for people listening, before we end it, and it's been a pleasure talking for like, I have the feeling you barely talked for. No,
that's why I'm interviewing you. You're not interviewing me.
So when you get onto my podcast, which will happen very soon, then you will have the time to actually
appreciate that,
get talking. But the thing is, what I did is I left Facebook a couple of months ago, and I left everything except Instagram, and on my phone, I don't even have not even an email app. Nothing. I only have WhatsApp, because that's what we use in Germany, and Instagram.
Yep. Same
probably.
Here.
And Skype. But I don't get any, like, not a lot of message on Skype, because that's only for my students and us, and that's it. And that had been a blessing for me, because first of all, when you leave Facebook, like, oh, I'm leaving like my source of leads right now. I'm what will happen if I leave Facebook? But actually, think about it. You're having 100% of focus points on a day, and if you spend like 20% on Facebook, 20% of YouTube, 20% on Snapchat, 20% on that, how effective are you at the end of the day with your social media outreach and marketing? Not at all, because you spend your focus points like kind of like that, and I'm showing like little drops. But if you want to be a focused laser beam, focus on one thing and become very good, because leads are not the problem. Like, having leads, you can pay for leads, like pay for Instagram ads, and you will get leads provided your content is strong and your unique value proposition is strong as well, and your targeting is good. But it's a whole different issue. But if you focus on one thing, and if you go deep, that's way more effective than spreading yourself onto 5 different platforms. First of all, and the second thing is, I forgot what the second thing is, but that's the most important thing.
Is there anything I didn't ask you that you'd like to share with the audience?
Enjoy life, motherfuckers. Like, honestly, even if you're in pain, even if you're in suffering right now, give it context, give it some meaning. Don't let it be just pain and suffering overall, whatever it might be, your life situation, your health, your parents' health. Let it give you context in life. Let it give you depth as a human being, and know that nothing is forever. And that's it. That's my creed on a daily basis. My kind of life force, my mind game is like, if you experience pain and suffering, that's good. Give it context. It will mold you into a better human being. But if you perceive suffering as just suffering, that's just that, that's
then
it.
You're done.
That's it. Amazing. On my end. Was kind of 50%, 60% psychotherapy sessions, 40% production session, but that's how it turns out with me always.
I just appreciate you being real, and I think this is going to be a unique and special episode. How can our audience find out more about you?
Well, it's Eduard Kort on Instagram, one word, or edward-kort.com, my website, and that's basically it. Also, the Damn Good podcast on every single podcast platform. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatnot.
Amazing.
So the Damn Good podcast with Eduard Kort.
So I will put all these links in the show notes so people can find it.
Appreciate it.
For sure, dude. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this, man.
Thanks
really,
for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Actually, to be on the other side and talk for 2 hours straight.
It was a beautiful thing. Thank you so much, man. I hope you have a great night, and be in touch.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot.
All right, take care, brother.
You too. Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of Secret Sonics. I hope you enjoyed my interview with Eduard Kort as much as I did. I really felt he brought a lot of interesting stuff to the table, and he was one of the guests I reached out to early on, really excited about, and I'm super pumped that he joined us, and it was an honor having him on. If you enjoyed this episode and this show, I would really appreciate it if you would rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcast app. Just search for Secret Sonics. And as always, you can find us on social media. Just search for Secret Sonics on Instagram and Facebook. And I've mentioned this a few times, but I'm totally open to feedback. I would love to hear from you. You could email me at secretsonics@gmail.com. And our website is secretsonics.co. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have been your host, Ben Wallach. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great week.